Yo guys, welcome back to Stock Talk Insider. Today we'll be talking about Honest. This is one of the most talked about stocks next to AMD and SoFi. I will be very short on this. I have a script that I will be reading for you guys, and just all of the information that I gathered together with some latest news and just overall thought that I have about Honest. And also we did hit a new all-time high. We have around 12,000 euros extra because of AMD now. And we also have SoFi going back to those all-time highs. And because of that, we're already over 70k. And I thought that we would end this year just above 70k. So this is a very nice milestone already. And we are going for the 100k in 2026. Of course, there can always be a big breather that's coming in the coming months. But for now, we assume that the stocks which we hold will do pretty good over the coming year. So, Honest Company stock has been through a roller coaster this year, from strong Q1 results to flat Q2, growth, a major legal settlement, and even founder Jessica Alba stepping down from her leadership role. In this video, we'll break down everything happening with Honest and what it means for investors and whether the recent analyst upgrade could mark a turnaround. So, despite the tough year, Honest just got upgraded to a strong buy by Zacks Research, but this was this one, I think. Yes, Honest did have upgraded to strong buy at Zacks Research, so this is very, very positive. We did have Morgan Stanley saying that they downgraded it to like 425 or something from 550, but they are also saying that you should sell SoFi. So yeah. I'm not, well, yeah, but we have to take it from both sides. So if someone is positive, you also have to listen to someone who's negative, because you have to hear both sides, of course. But going further, we do have an Honest position, of course, 650 shares, and I am right now only 46 euros up. So a small position for now. I do want to upgrade it a little bit, but I am waiting on just a little bit more cash. And yeah, going forward is that we will do a little bit more of an insight in what the settlement was with the lawsuit. So that can really outweigh flat sales because of the strong buy by Zacks Research. And we have a $27.5 million lawsuit settlement and the loss of its celebrity founder from day-to-day operations. Let's unpack it. Shit. Then we'll talk about financial recap. So in Q1 2025, Honest posted $97 million in revenue, up 30% year over year, with a net profit of $3 million. A gross margin of 170 basis points, also up 39%. So that was very strong, very strong. It was above the double-digit growth number, so that was very good. But however, Q2 did something else. Growth slowed sharply. Revenue came in at $93 million, up just almost a 0.5% year over year. The company still managed to post a $4 million profit, which was very good. So that was an answer on their margins being improving. So the margins improved again to 40.4%, but slowdown in top line growth pulled the first half's average to 6%, and otherwise that would be much higher, of course. So even though Q1 looked strong, that near flat Q2 explains why the market's enthusiasm has cooled off since, well, that earnings report. So we did have, wait, here it's a little bit clearer. So this is around the period we have the first earnings. So this was the Q1. We did have a very nice one, so we went up a little bit to like 540, 550, and then we had Q2 and we had the whole different perspective. So from there on, we went down to the likes of 360, and we've only been around that since Then now we have had a little closer and steeper dip here to like the 360s for a longer period, going down, down, down. But now we already found some new resistance again around the 380s. So Honest reaffirmed its full year 2025 guidance revenue growth between 4 and 6%, so they went from 4 to 6%, and adjusted EBITDA of $27 to $30 million. The analysts are a little bit mixed, but Zacks Research did upgrade it with Honest to a strong buy, citing improving margins and profitability. And Telsey Advisory lowered its price target from $7 to $6 with a market perform rating. Morgan Stanley did cut its target also from $5.50 to $4.25, as I said, keeping an equal weight stance. So even with better financial discipline, investors' confidence remain cautious, and purely because of the growth that they are not seeing in the company. But what I see is growth to slight growth and a stabilization of the company. That's what I'm looking at. Also, they did something with the product because the product was not good, and they ultimately changed the product and just made it better, and it's already out. So that's the level that Honest is playing, and it can be a very simple business idea, but it is actually a very good company, a very stable company. But the growth is still missing, but that's not the focus for now. It's the basis. So you also had the 27.5 million legal settlement. In October, Honest finalized a 27.5 million settlement, resolving investors' claims that the company misled shareholders about the safety and effectiveness on its main products ahead of its IPO. The settlement allows eligible investors to recoup part of their losses. While the issue is now behind the company, it serves as a reminder of the reputational and legal risks that still shadow around the brand. So we also have Jessica Alba that steps down completely from the company. So she was first CEO, then she gave the CEO role to Carla Vernon, of course, and now she's also stepping down as an executive member of the board. And perhaps the biggest headline this year: Jessica Alba, Honest founder and public face, announced in April that she is stepping down as Chief Creative Officer. According to Reuters and AP News, Alba will remain on the board but no longer be involved in daily operations. The move was followed by a 5.7% drop in Honest stock after it was revealed the company lost the rights to use her name and likeness for future marketing. She also sold about $3.5 million worth of the stock shortly after the announcement that spooked some investors who saw her exit as a symbolic turning point for the brand. Then, despite those headlines, Honest has been rebuilding internally. CEO Carla Vernon, recently named one of the CNBC's 2025 Changemakers, Women Transforming Businesses, continues to focus on cost discipline and innovation in clean baby and beauty products. The company also appointed Curtis Bruce as its new CFO in June, signaling a renewed focus on execution and financial efficiency. But besides Jessica Alba, it was actually Carla Vernon bringing the numbers back to where it's supposed to be. So, what's next for Honest? Well, margins are improving, the company is profitable again, and it looks like they will keep being profitable. The revenue growth has slowed, but I think that is on purpose, and because they are just not focusing on the growth right now, and the legal and brand headwinds remain a little bit around the brand. And that's extra difficult if you're a small cap. If management can sustain profitability while reigniting sales growth in the second half of 2025, the strong buy call from Zacks could be justified, but for now, most analysts and the market are waiting for proof. And I do believe that Honest is a company and a small cap that has not a lot of news around its stock and around its company, so you have always almost the most news around their earnings period, so we'll have to wait on the coming earnings and probably the earnings after it to bring the stock to like $6 and $7 ranges, because they have to prove that they can stay profitable but also improve a little bit of their growth while focusing on the basis and focusing on the fundamentals of the company. So That's your complete honest company update from earnings to almost exit. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe and share it with another investors who's tracking honest. See you in the next video, and I want to thank you again for clicking on this video. My price target over 5 years is $21 for this company, and if you want a little bit more of a deep dive into that reason why I think that, I can make a video about it as well. But as I said, I do believe that the level of 366 was a very nice buying opportunity because it's good, and I thought that this was just a little bit too much of a sell-off because there's actually no news, and well, the stock is over here just doing it a little bit on itself and driving a little bit of itself. But keep in mind, $429 million market cap, bringing in almost $100 million per quarter, and having around $73 million in cash, and being profitable, and having slight growth, and also focusing on the basis and fundamentals, and just structurizing the company. Well, that's very strong in my opinion to start from there. So you have to keep in mind, if you invest in honest, this is only the start, and this is only the start shot for honest. So we are literally putting the start line on the ground, and that's what's happening right now. And if we have completed that stage, which I believe will be in 1 to 2 quarters, we can go for the growth. And I believe that 26 and 27 will be very big years for honest, and yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It's a speculative stock still because there's not a lot of news, of course, so you have to do what you can with what you have. If there are no earnings, so it's a little bit remote every 3 months after you get the earnings. But yeah, that was it, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.